Good morning, everybody. You joined me at the foothills of Arthur's Seat. You probably can't see the people up there on a GoPro, but there are people up there, and it is a beautiful city. We are trying to find an old abandoned railway tunnel. Well, abandoned from trains, but not from people, as it's a cycle route. I've been told, if you don't know where it is fairly difficult to find. But if you're watching this, I found it. Can you see that sign on the GoPro? This is being far too easy. So I'm probably going to end up falling over. So yeah, that's, if you do want to come, you can kind of get your own bearings from there. And if you still want to know, just leave me a comment. I'll let you know. It's not that difficult. It's painted out as being very hard. I haven't actually seen it yet, but signpost says it's down here. Confident. So, this does have quite a bit of history to it. It was the first railway line ever in Edinburgh, or part of the first railway line ever in Edinburgh, and it was the first ever underground railway passage in the UK. So some quite distinct firsts. I'll assume, like me, you're going, why is it called Innocent Railway? And it comes from horse-drawn trams. We used this originally, and they were said to be a lot safer than trains. Graffiti. That's one theory anyway. The other theory is that there was no casualties in the making of it, the building. So I'm going to jump in here before I go into the tunnel to tell you that I'm on a GoPro, and image stabilisation only works when you have good light on a GoPro, which I never realised. Did you know that? Yeah, apparently because it's electronic, when it's got no light, it can't read it, so it can't stabilise it. So this is very bouncy. I debated whether to leave it in or not. On this bit, I'm just talking about the graffiti, so you're not missing anything from my on-the-day commentary. I think all I'm saying is, on the internet, it looks very arty graffiti, but what I can see is just graffiti. So I was disappointed. So if you just want to skip, you can see how bouncy it is already, and I know people hate it and it can give you a headache. I debated whether to leave it in or not, and I chose just to leave it in all the way. But this is the tunnel. There's not a lot else to see if you do just want to switch off. But I do walk to the end of the tunnel. originally used as to transfer coal from Dalkeith to Edinburgh, but it became a lot more popular with the locals, with passengers. Capitalism kills, burn your money. And since the early 80s, it was a I should have just done commentary all the way through, as my breathing is so loud on this video. I moan about the broken glass. It's not interesting. It's because I have this like lab mic. It really amplifies my breathing, and in this tunnel, it's insane. I have asthma. Grr. I'm sure there's a way to use that mic and not amplify breathing, but I haven't figured it out. So I'll do this as a voiceover as well. In the early 60s, this tunnel ceased to be operational to trains. The St Leonard's coal depot closed down and this line ceased to exist. It was open to what I'm doing, pedestrians, in 1981. I go into a bit of information here. The video I posted yesterday was train spotting locations, and people often don't realise why it's called train spotting. And I was going to go to a lot of the old ghost stations on this trip, but I didn't get time. So train spotting is a term, it's a scene in the book, and it was used in Train Spotting 2, when they go to an old train depot in Edinburgh, and Begbie, Robert Carlyle's character, talks to a homeless guy, and it turns out to be his father. And it goes to when all the trains closed down in Edinburgh, drug use and crime just increased. It just shot through the roof. And Irvine Welsh, who wrote the book, would say there was a train station, an abandoned train station where he lived. And it's where drug deals would go on and drug taking would happen. And people, when they were going to the abandoned train station, would say they're going train spotting, and it would mean they're going to get their drugs. And it ended up becoming just like a term for somebody being very passionate about something. So it would be said, I'm train spotting about the Beatles. But yeah, that's what it all means. And I will try and include some pictures of the disused Edinburgh train stations coming up. But I thought that might be a little bit of interest. Anyway, I thought that would be fairly interesting. I also thought there'd be a lot of cyclists and people in there, so I suppose it's 5:30. Didn't think it would come out somewhere this random. Anyways, please like and subscribe, and I might as well go back this way so I don't get lost. Ta-ra!